AI didn't replace the cloud engineers. It replaced the syntax layer, and the engineers who only sold syntax are the one panicking right now. 113,000 tech workers laid off just this year. The pace is almost 33% higher than the same point in 2025. Every single layoff press release blame AI efficiency. Meanwhile, Klarna, the company that loudly went all in on replacing humans with AI, has quietly been rehiring for months. Salesforce reversed the course as you saw, and this AI is replacing engineers' narrative. In the actual data, it's less than 5% of the cuts. The rest of the companies are just correcting their pandemic era overhiring and using AI as a public shield. So we have two narratives running in the parallel. One, AI is replacing cloud engineers, and second, AI is not replacing cloud engineers. Both have the evidence, both have the proponents, and both are confidently shouted from LinkedIn every single day. I think both narratives are wrong. AI isn't replacing any cloud engineer, but it is replacing one specific skill. And the engineers who built their entire career on that one skill are the one getting hit. Let me tell you which skill it is. First, so we are working with the same data. 113,000 layoffs across 179 companies in 2026 so far. Salaries have not collapsed. The Gartner, McKinsey, DevOps Institute, every major research organization published this year is saying the same thing. AI augments cloud roles. They don't replace them. The roles are shifting from execution towards enablement, strategy, and governance. Companies who attempted full AI replacement have reversed courses over time. The replacement experience ran, it failed publicly enough that next wave of CEO is being more careful. But the layoffs are definitely real. The fear is real, and I can't find a job after 200 applications. Those posts are real. So, what is actually happening? Here's what I think is actually happening. AI didn't replace cloud engineers, it replaced that one syntax layer of cloud engineering role. And that part nobody is naming clearly. Cloud work has always had layers. There's architecture layer. What services do we use? How do we connect them? What are the security boundaries? There's a judgment layer. When this fails in production at 2 a.m., how do I roll back first? And then there's operational layer. How do we run this thing, monitor it, and evolve it over time? And then finally, there's a syntax layer. This is exactly JSON schema for bicep template. What's the right Terraform provider block for Azure storage account with private endpoint? What's the UML for Kubernetes deployment with 3 replica and liveliness probe? For 20 years, syntax layer was the real skill. People built their career on knowing the documentation, knowing the right resource provider name, knowing where the gotchas were buried on page, whichever on the documentation. The whole sub-industry, books, training, courses, blogs, Stack Overflow, all of them were dedicated to the syntax layer. The AI ate that syntax layer completely. In about 18 months, the engineers panicking right now are the ones who value proposition was, I know the syntax, I know the code. The engineers who are fine and getting raises are the one whose value proposition was, I know what to build with the syntax. The syntax was a delivery for one group. It was the byproduct for the other ones. Here's how I think about this. Cloud engineering used to be like a translator. Companies had business requirement in English. We need our app to be available across two regions, database failover, audit log for every change. The cloud engineering translate that into one specific dialect of cloud. The ARM template, Terraform module, kubectl commands. The translation step took years of practice, and this is the step we built for. The AI just learned the dialect fluently. You cannot describe systems in English and get the bicep template, Terraform code, and kubectl commands. And all of this syntactically more correct than what we could do. So if your career was, I'm a translator who can convert the requirement into a JSON or a bicep, that job is drying up. Not because translation is unnecessary, simply because translation got commoditized. There's no free translator in every editor. The translator that took 6 years of experience to become, somebody still has to decide what to translate. Somebody still has to decide two regions in the right call, not three. That the failover is automatic and not manual. That the audit log goes into log analytics and not Sentinel. Those decisions are not syntax. Those decisions are judgments, and AI is not making those decisions. It's simply executing them. Translator's job died, the architect's job got dramatically more leverage. And here's what makes me genuinely upset about this. We, as a trainer, YouTuber, bootcamp instructor, and cert prep providers, we trained the entire generation of people to be syntax translator. We sold them courses on this resource building, practice exam on portal navigation. We told them that memorizing the API surface was the path to career. And now AI has eaten that exact skill set. People who studied for AZ 104 in 2022 or 3 were thinking that this is their ticket, they were not lied to. The market really did pay for that skill in 2022 to all the way to 2025. The market does not pay for that skill in 2026 anymore. Both of those things can be true, but the cert preparation industry has not updated. The boot camps are still outdated. The 10 weeks to cloud career, 20 days or 30 days of cloud, all of this stuff is just clicking portal and there's no translation into actual skill anymore. I have YouTube videos on this channel that are essentially here's how to memorize the portal, here's how to click there. That's a job that was a job until it wasn't. What we have to teach now is the layer above the syntax. Why is this resource and not that one? When to use a managed identity versus a service principal? What security implications of those network designs are? Those are not syntax questions. AI can give you the YAML for either choices. AI cannot tell you which choice was right. And if you're sitting here as a junior cloud engineer listening to this, thinking, great, but I need 2 years of experience to develop judgment and AI is removing the junior job, where would I build it? I hear you. That's the real crisis. Not AI replaced cloud engineer, it's AI removed the bottom rug of the ladder. That's a different problem, and it's a problem nobody has a real answer for yet. Here's what I know for sure. The AI is replacing cloud engineer framing is definitely wrong, but it's not crazy. It's based on real signal. If your job is syntax level job, your job is in trouble. That's true, but the broader category of cloud engineering is not in trouble. Demands for people who can architect, decide, and operate is still higher than ever been. Platform engineering is the fastest growing role in our industry. The AI infrastructure role that didn't exist 3 years ago now pays even more than other cloud roles. The career path has changed. The career paths has changed. The skill that used to take 6 months to build is now a 20 minutes prompt. So the new question is, what's a skill above syntax that takes 6 months to build and how do you build it without first paying your dues at the syntax layer? I don't have a complete answer for that. I'm trying to figure it out for the people who I train, but I know the wrong answer is keep teaching syntax and hope. The right answer is somewhere in the direction of ship project that required judgment, fail at them, learn what went wrong, and develop a reputation for layer AI can't touch. The engineers who do that will be fine. That's where I learned this on. Thanks for watching. If you are in this situation right now, laid off, looking, or retraining, let me know in the comments on what you're doing. I'll see you in the next one.